Alright, so today I'm going to be giving y'all a full tour of my $60.07 shoe haul, which as a whole I am looking forward to doing much more so than not. But why? Well, the reason is quite simple. It's because I'm very happy with the shoes I have with me today, and so as such, I want to showcase them a little bit more so than not. For the $60.07 that I spent, I got 2 pairs of brand new shoes. 2 pairs of New Balances to be precise. In just a couple minutes, I am going to be talking about exactly what models I end up purchasing, and then after that, I'm going to go ahead and get the boxes all opened up. I'm going to showcase exactly what the shoes look like, what they feel like, and what the quality of them is like, and then once I'm done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and, well, get them laced up if need be, and then I'm going to go ahead and wear them for the very first time and showcase just exactly how they look on my feet. And once I'm done doing all of that, I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on these shoes, let you guys know whether I truly like them or not, and I'm going to give both of them a rating as well. But first off, before any of that, I want to cover exactly why I decided to buy some new shoes and exactly how I got 2 pairs of brand new New Balances for $60.07. Let's go ahead and cover the first part first though. So why exactly did I decide to buy some new shoes? Well, the reason's quite simple. It's because the shoes I'm wearing right now, which are a pair of all black Adidas Superstars, are approaching a year old and they are showing some wear and tear. I think they're gonna last for the next 3 months or so, but some days it kind of looks like the glue on the sole is going out. They might randomly decide to just fall apart on me. I am kind of low-key expecting that to happen, I will acknowledge. And so as such, I decided it's better safe than sorry. Might as well go ahead and pick up some new shoes now and bring some variety to my wardrobe. That's just an excuse though, I will acknowledge. I did kind of just want some new shoes. And so as such, due to me having an excuse to get some new shoes, yesterday I decided to go over to a local skate shop near me. I decided to drive to Endless Grind, to be precise, which is a pretty legendary skate shop in my local area. They've been around where I live for, I want to say, the last 30, maybe even 40 years now. They've been here for a very long time, and I've been there a lot in the past, but it had been a couple years since I last stopped by. I parked, I walked in the door, and I immediately went over to the New Balance section, as I had been hearing great things about New Balance skate shoes. I had heard that they're very comfortable, they don't cost too much, and they're just great quality stuff as well that last longer than the competitors. So I was specifically looking for a pair of New Balances. I walked inside, I walked over to the New Balance section, and found a pair of shoes that I liked, and I was like, hey, can I try these in a size 9.5, which is generally the size that I wear. The very helpful person behind the counter was kind enough to grab the pair of shoes that I needed, and then I went ahead and tried them on, and I found them to be very comfortable. I was like, wow, these are really nice. I really like these. I think I'm gonna pick them up. And then I realized, wait a minute, doesn't Endless Grind have some sale shoes in the back of the shop most of the time? Turns out they had some yesterday as well. And so as such, I walked in the back of the shop and I started looking around. I was like, okay, I'm looking for specifically a pair of New Balances, you know, in a size 9.5, maybe a size 10 if they don't have my exact size. And it turns out that they had a couple 9.5 and 10s pair of New Balances. And so I started looking and I was like, you know what, man, this pair is 56 bucks, this pair is 50 bucks. The new pair I was looking at was over 100. I was like, you know what, I really like this pair. Let's go ahead and try it on, see how they are. They fit great, they were great. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go with this instead. Take it up to the counter, and the very nice individual behind the counter was like, hey man, just to let you know, we're running a buy one, get one free sale on sale shoes. So if you buy 1 pair of sale shoes, you get another free. And I was like, wait a minute, seriously? And he was like, yeah. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go pick me out another pair of shoes. And so as such, I did exactly that. In total, as said, I ended up spending $60.07, but that is after tax. Just on the shoes alone, pre-tax, I only spent $56. And for that price, I got 2 2024 models of New Balance skate shoes. The pair on top right here is the $56 pair. I got a size 10 New Balance Numeric Tom Knox 600 pair of shoes in black, what looks like leather or pleather, although I think it's pleather, just made to look like leather. The other pair of shoes I got is on the bottom right here. This pair was the free pair in the buy one get one free deal, as this pair cost less than the other pair. This one would have been $50 otherwise though, but this is the New Balance Numeric 22 in red black, and it is a size 10 once again. What is the MSRP for both of these shoes? I'm just curious to find out real quick. So originally, the Numeric Tom Knox 600s were $94.99, and the New Balance Numeric 22s were originally $94.99. So I bought $190. $190? No. Yeah, no, $190 pair worth of shoes for $60.07. That's over half off. That's like 65% off, isn't it? I'm just doing the math in my head. I don't know if that's an exact number, but either way, banger deal that I'm very happy with, to say the least. Let me just put it that way. I do suppose, without further ado, now that I've covered exactly what shoes I bought, I should probably actually showcase what the shoes inside the boxes look like and what the quality of them is like as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with the top box. So let's go ahead and just get it open just like that. And let's go ahead and bring it down, just showcase it to the camera. I think I'm going to move the camera back just a little bit just so y'all can hopefully get a little bit of a better idea of what these shoes really look like and whatnot. Let's go ahead and I think move this to the ground as well. So let's go ahead, now that I have repositioned the camera and kind of messed with everything just a little bit to make sure y'all can see everything, let's go ahead and get this wrap all off just like that. And let's go ahead and just take a look inside this box. I'm actually just gonna rip that real quick just so it doesn't get in the way. Man, oh man, though, in my opinion, these look great. Just look at them, y'all. They look so dang good. This is a black pair of shoes with a white and gray sole and white laces with gray accents on the upper. I think these shoes look fantastic. They also don't weigh all that much, but they do have a nice weight to them. I personally like my shoes to have a little bit of weight. I'm not really big on ultralight shoes, I will acknowledge. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a personal thing, but having shoes that have a little bit of weight just feels so satisfying to me, I will acknowledge. So I'm really glad that these do have a little bit of weight to them. And yeah, in my opinion, man, oh man, this just looks so dang good. Let's take a look at the other side as well. Man, oh man. It really does, to me, look like a skateboard version of the, I think it's the New Balance 550. I really like the look of the New Balance 550, and those are marketed as being these days as a lifestyle or basketball shoe or retro basketball shoe. But these, to me, very much look like a skateboarding version of the New Balance 550. I really like how these look. I really like the colorway as well, and I think they look fantastic, frankly put, especially since, well, they only cost 56 bucks, or if I'm actually doing the price with tax, with the other pair of shoes, I mean, like, these are a $30 pair of shoes. I mean, like, that's a banger deal. $30 for a brand new pair of New Balances that fit me perfectly. Man, oh man, no complaints on my behalf. Let me tell y'all what. Let's just go ahead and get the laces out just a little bit. On the lip right here, we can see it just says New Balance Tom Knox, and it just says 600s right there. Get a little bit of a New Balance logo on the back. I do expect this to come off pretty quickly, but I'm not stressing about it. Just says New Balance on the side of the sole right there, and I really like as well how the back and front portions of the sole are a little bit more yellowed than not, which gives these a little bit of a vintage look. I'm a really big fan of that. overall, I think these have a really nice profile to them. I think they look really good. The quality seems really good as well. They're stitched, as we can see, not purely glued, although of course there are some areas which are purely glued. But overall, these look like they would be really good skateboarding shoes, and they look like they're going to be really good walking shoes as well, which is what I'm going to be using them for. As while I do really like my skate shoes, I just personally find them to be the most comfortable for my uses. I don't actually skate anymore, I will acknowledge. Not that when I did skate, I could do anything impressive. I could barely ollie, I will acknowledge. I don't think I ever ollied up a curve, let alone doing any sort of kickflips. I could bomb hills, but I'd have to say about 5% of the time I smashed my face into the ground, which was not particularly enjoyable. These shoes have the Ortholite insole from New Balance in them. I don't know exactly what that is, but yeah, man, I think these look fantastic. And they also have a non-marking sole, which I assume either means that it's not going to mark on like the grip tape of your skateboard, or maybe if you're like walking in the kitchen using these as work shoes or something like that kind of thing, maybe it means these aren't going to mark all over the floor or make like screechy loud noises or something like that kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure, but either way, yeah, these shoes look great. Let's take a look at the other pair as well, which is not laced. I'm going to have to lace these up before I actually try them on, but man, they look just as good as the first pair in my personal opinion. No complaints on my behalf. Very, very, very happy with these. And I didn't try on both of these shoes at the store. I only tried on one because I didn't want to lace these up all the way, but I have faith they're going to fit amazingly. I originally tried a different pair of the 600s on when I was looking at the original pair of new shoes that I was going to buy. I tried those on in a 9.5, but they just didn't quite fit right. My feet, were a little bit too wide for them. Like lengthwise they fit, but they were just a little bit too wide for those shoes. But these in a 10 fit perfectly. No complaints on my behalf. Man, they look great. I love the styling. I'm very happy with them. Let's go ahead and now take a look at the next pair of shoes. This is the pair of New Balance. I'm used to saying Nike because I used to wear Air Force Ones all the time, I will acknowledge. But this is a pair of New Balance Numeric 22s. As previously said, MSRP would have been 95 bucks, just about, but they were on sale for 50, but I got them, well, buy one, get one for free with the other pair, which was 56, so $60 total. So this is basically a $30 pair of shoes right here. Can't complain, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and, well, get this box all opened up and take a look at what these shoes actually look like. And they're a little bit different looking than the first pair of shoes, without a doubt. Man, I think these are pimpin'. As we can see, they are suede. Now, I know suede is kind of a controversial thing on shoes. It can be kind of hard to take care of, I will acknowledge, but I don't care because suede looks amazing on shoes. I used to own a blue suede pair of Nike Blazer high tops, and for whatever reason, in a lapse of judgment, I sold them. I don't know why. I love those shoes so much. I just didn't wear them all that much because they were like bright blue. They were kind of hard to wear. But in a lapse of judgment, I ended up selling them. And I regret that. And ever since then, I've wanted another pair of suede shoes because I love how suede shoes look. I finally have another pair. Might not be blue, but these still look amazing nonetheless. They're very much that of a sort of wine red purple color in my personal opinion, and of course they've got a black sole as well. I think this pair might have been a return pair, I'm not gonna lie, as they do look like they've been worn and skated at least once or twice, I will acknowledge, but I'm really not stressing about it. Still a $30 pair of shoes with nothing wrong with them, so you know, pretty banger deal in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of the details of the shoes though. We can of course see the color itself is, as said, that very nice sort of purplish wine red sort of color, which I think looks great. The texture and feel of it is very much that of a sort of Alcantara-y suede, which I think is fantastic. On the side, it just has an N right there kind of dotted in with a white under that. Of course, that just stands for New Balance. And then we can see there is black leather on the inside with black leather on the back as well. Just says New Balance once again right there. The bottom of the sole itself is black, and the laces are a little bit of a darker purple as well. The tongue itself has some aeration on it, which is pretty nice. And on the tongue, it just says New Balance Numeric printed in. And the tongue itself has an interesting lip to it, as it is sort of a cut design, almost sort of a teeth design, which is very unique if you ask me. Pretty cool stuff in my personal opinion. The bottom of the shoe is indeed that of a gum color, but there's a little bit of black down here as well. I think these shoes look fantastic. I tried both of these on because they were both already laced up when I was taking a look at them, and man, these are pretty comfy as well. Very, very, very happy with both of the pairs of shoes I got, but I gotta admit, I think I might be a slight bigger fan of these, even though these are going to be slightly harder to style because they're an otter color. I think I might be a slightly bigger fan of these than the pair I showed y'all first because, man, I love my suede shoes. It's just suede shoes are pimpin' in my personal opinion. No complaints on my behalf. Let me tell y'all what. These look great. Tried them on. Very comfy. These have the New Balance Absorb insert. Not exactly sure what that means, but I'm sure it means something. I'm going to go ahead and get these shoes untied just real quick, just to get them ready to be worn in a few minutes. But before I go ahead and try these shoes on, I first off need to lace up the other pair of shoes that I have. This one is laced up, this one is not, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. If I possibly can, I'm gonna try to show me lacing these up a little bit more so than not if I possibly can. How can I show y'all properly? I think maybe like that angle will do, although maybe I'll bring this up just a little bit, just like that. I think that should work. So let's go ahead and get the laces all out of the shoe itself. Let's go ahead and put the lip down and just see, okay, how is this pair laced? So it goes over just like it's already been done, and then starts off with that going under, that going over. I'm gonna swap it on this one, and I'm gonna do this under first, and then that over, and then I'm gonna do that under, and then that over. Oh, I accidentally got the lace stuck right there. That's my bad, that's my bad. And now I've just got to be a little bit careful, as there is a little bit of a hook right there to help the lips stay in place and whatnot. This pair does not have anything like that from what I can tell, or the red pair I've got down here does not have anything like that, so it's just this pair that has that. So I've just got to be a little bit careful with this whatnot. Let's just go ahead and take a look real quick. So just taking a look at how they did it. So that goes over, and then that's going to be the pair. Just taking a look, and then that pair over, so that's going to be under. Okay. These things, they get me messed up just a little bit, even though it's pretty simple. It really shouldn't get me messed up, but for some reason they do. Not exactly sure why. Let's go ahead and do this one as well, if I can. Just like that. Perfect. And I'm thinking these are all good. The laces themselves do have a little bit of stretch to them. Nothing insane. How about the other laces? Not really any stretch on those, but a little bit of stretch on these, interestingly enough. I have not really had a lot of experience with stretchy laces, I will acknowledge. Let's go ahead and continue lacing these up, though. I'm going to lace them up all the way to the point where they are in the other pair of shoes. And so that was on top. That's going to be on the bottom now. Just like that. And then just like that. Perfect. I'm thinking that is all good. Both of these pairs of shoes do indeed appear to be all laced up now. No complaints on my behalf, to say the least. I do think, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get, I think, this pair on first so I can actually showcase exactly how these look on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can move a branch off my table. And I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get these shoes on as well. I'm gonna go and take the shoes off that I'm wearing, push my chair back just a little bit, move everything over, and I'm just gonna see if I can get these on without actually showing my feet on camera, because y'all are not getting any feet pics. I don't care. It's not happening. Y'all are not getting any images of me wearing socks even. Like, I am not being put on celebrityfeetpics.com. That is not happening. Y'all are not submitting photos of me to that website. It is not happening. Y'all are getting no feet pics. No. Hell no. Y'all ain't even getting no sock pics. It's not gonna happen. So yeah, that's right. This is a shoe video, but I'm not even showing my feet at all. It's not happening. It's not happening. Hell no. Hell no. But I'm gonna go ahead and tie the first pair real quick. I'm not doing anything complex when it comes to tying. I'm just doing the rabbit ear, the bunny ear method. That's how I learned to tie my shoes, and that's still how I tie my shoes today. And let's go ahead and take off my other Adidas Superstar. And let's go ahead and put the other pair on as well real quick. Oh. Wait a minute, hold up. I did something different. No wait, I did something. Oh, I laced these completely differently. Oh yeah, no, I did lace these completely differently, because on this pair, that's going, so it starts off like that, and then I ran it through that way. So I ran it through that way. This pair, it goes that way. So I actually laced these wrong, so I'm gonna have to relace them, but I'm not stressing about it for this video. I'll just relace it afterwards. All I need is to be able to try them on. But let's go ahead and, well, try these on. Let's go ahead and lace them up. And let's go ahead and just tie them. Bunny ears once again. Not very good at tying knots, I will acknowledge. Unless I'm tying the knot with your mom. Ha, got him. But, let's go ahead and move those, and, man, you know, I'm thinking they're looking fire. Man, I really like how these look. I'm not gonna lie, they look really good. Overall, there's definitely, like, enough room for my toes to wiggle around in, which is really nice. I like shoes where they're not, like, super tight on my feet. It just doesn't feel comfortable for me. I like my toes to be able to, like, touch each other and like move around and stuff like that kind of thing, just in case one of my toes gets itchy. I don't want to have to worry about taking off my entire shoe. I'm just going to be able to scratch my toe with my other toes kind of thing and stuff like that. Overall, enough room for my like feet to wiggle around just a little bit in, but not like enough for my feet to like wiggle around while I'm walking in these shoes. Let's go ahead and just stand up real quick, and I'm just going to move my camera just a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to have to break these in just a little bit without a doubt. But yeah, overall, you know, I'm thinking they're looking pretty good. No complaints on my behalf. I'm gonna go ahead and real quick, just bring my camera down here, and boom, boom. Big baller moves, you know what I'm saying? Big baller moves. What y'all thinking? I'm thinking they're pretty drippy. No complaints on my behalf. I'm liking them quite a bit. I will acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think these look great. I really do think they do. Overall, so far, pretty comfy. Not super heavy on my feet by any means either, but very, very, very solid, if you ask me. Gotta admit, I do think I am a fan of the New Balance Numeric Tom Knox 600s in this specific colorway. Seems like they're gonna breathe really well in the summer. There's like breathable mesh right here and whatnot. And seems to me like they're going to be pretty good for walking as well. Definitely going to have to break them in just a little bit. They're just feeling a little bit stiff as of this point in time, but once I break them in, I think they'll be all good. Overall, very happy with them. Very happy with them. Without further ado, let's go ahead and now try on the other pair of shoes. But overall, yeah, I got to admit, I'm pretty happy with both of these pairs of shoes. I'm pretty happy with them, and I'm very happy with the first pair of shoes I just tried on. I do think they look really good. I am actually very happy with them. I think they look great, frankly. But, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and try on the other pair of shoes. Not gonna untie the pair of shoes I just tried on. I actually don't, I almost never untie my shoes once I tie them, unless I like need to retie them because they get really loose. What I do is I just slip my shoes on and off, and that's just how I wear my shoes, I will acknowledge. So after I relace those are gonna stay tied pretty much forever, more than likely. But let's go ahead and try on the burgundy wine suede colorway of the, what is this? The New Balance Numeric 22. Let's go and try these on as well. Now, my one concern with these is the lip. The lip is a bit odd because it has sort of a sort of cut, sort of like pattern at the top of it, which is a little bit spiky. So I'm afraid that might dig into my ankle at some angles and stuff like that. But worst case scenario, I can always cut it a little bit myself with some scissors. Let's go ahead and get these tied though, if I possibly can, although they're not really wanting to tie very much. It is what it is, it is what it is. Let's just tie it tight as I want to. I can always relace them or retie them tighter in the future if need be. Just trying them on and wearing them for the first time officially right now. There we go. There's not really much lace to spare. I think these definitely, I'm gonna have to tighten these up a bit just because there's really, wow, these are super loose. I am actually, that is too loose for my personal preference. I'm actually just gonna go and tighten these up right now, in all honesty, because those are way too loose on me, and I need more lace as well. Those are much better now, and there's another hole at the very top. I'm gonna go ahead and just feed do I want to do that? No, I'm not going to, actually. I think that might be a bit too much. But there's another hole for the lace at the top if I want to make them even tighter in the future. I don't think I'm going to do that because I think it would make it hard for me to slip them on and off. But let's go ahead and just tie these in much better now that I have tightened the laces, I will acknowledge. Let's go ahead and tie that just a little bit, just like that. There we go. Just doing the bunny ears tactic once again. Go ahead and tighten up the laces on the second pair of shoes, just like I have now done. And boom, there we go, just like that. And just go ahead and tie them real quick. Bunny ears method, once again. It's the only method I know to tie my shoes, I will acknowledge. I really should learn other tying methods, but you know, it works, so I'll take it. And there we go. They are now on. They're still feeling a bit loose. I think I'm gonna mess with the laces just a little bit, but I'm just gonna go ahead and walk with them a little bit just for those moments in time. And yeah, you know, pretty comfy in my personal opinion. The lip itself, the tongue, I think it's called right here. Definitely, I will acknowledge it, a little bit digging into my ankle, but I think I can fix that no issue, or just tighten them up a bit more. Or maybe I'll just wear them in and I won't notice anymore. But yeah, I'm thinking these are looking pretty solid, especially with the outfit I'm wearing today. You know, black top, blue jeans, then like purple and suede on the bottom. No complaints on my behalf. Overall, pretty comfy in my personal opinion. Looking great if you ask me. Quite happy with these as well. Yeah, I can't complain. I'm happy with my purchases, as I'm sure you guys may be able to tell. I am happy. Let's go ahead and just showcase how these look on my feet as well. Just like down here, while I'm kind of walking around in them just a bit. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let me know. I think they look good though. I think they look pretty dang solid. Pretty happy with these. Definitely going to be wearing these a lot in the future. Let me tell y'all what. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put on my Adidas Superstars once again. And I think a little bit later, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to relace probably all of the shoes and just get them laced the way I like them. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and start breaking both pairs in. I'm going to be wearing probably my Adidas Superstars and just rotating day to day. So start with my Adidas Superstars, then go to the New Balance Numeric 600s, and then go to the New Balance 22s or something like that kind of thing, and just rotate between them essentially, and just start breaking them in. And that's going to be the plan, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be the plan, I do think. Overall, which of these two pairs that I have with me today do I like more? Which of these two pairs do I like more? Visually, I gotta admit, I like this pair more. But when it comes to actually wearing them, I like these more because they're just more comfy, at least for this moment in time, I will acknowledge. The lip itself isn't digging at my ankle a little bit kind of thing. These just feel a little bit better to walk in. These are a little bit more flat on the bottom, so you gotta kind of put a little bit more effort in, I will acknowledge. But both pairs are very comfy. I'm not saying either of the pairs is uncomfy or anything like that kind of thing. Personally though, yeah, I think visually I like this pair more, but actual for wearing and walking around, I think I'm gonna like this pair more. Either way, both pairs look great. Both pairs are comfy. They both look fantastic. And overall, I'm very happy with my purchase, especially since my purchase was 4 shoes, really not all that bad, in all honesty. I mean, like, it's shoe prices are getting wild today if you're not buying sale shoes or shoes at Walmart and stuff like that kind of thing, which I was tempted to do, I'm not gonna lie, because I was looking at prices for, like, Air Force Ones, and I was like, they're up to, like, $109. I was like, oh my God, I'm not buying a pair of Air Forces for $109 for them to just go out in 6 to 8 months. That is not happening. Shoe prices these days are getting wild. Very glad to have snagged a good deal. Very glad to have snagged a very good deal at a locally owned skate shop near me. Shout out, massive shout out to Endless Grind. If you guys are anywhere near Endless Grind and you guys skateboard, or if you guys are just looking for a good pair of skate shoes, even if you don't skateboard, stop by there. No guarantees they'll have the same deal going on that I was lucky enough to get, but I've been to Endless Grind myself, been there many times. Used to stop by there all the time with friends, and glad to have stopped by again. And it's a shop I can't recommend enough. Great experience there, and the staff is very chill as well, I will acknowledge. And they've always been very friendly. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say for this video, besides giving each pair a rating. So, what am I thinking? Bro, zoom in. So what am I thinking rating-wise for each pair? Well, 4 to 4, 4 to 4. Yeah, I really like both of them. They're both great. Yeah, they're both getting 4 to 4s. They're both fantastic. They're both amazing shoes. I'm very happy with both of them. And, yeah. That's just initial impression, though, of course. My opinion may change in the future. I'll have to update y'all if it comes to mind during a future video. But, yeah. Very happy with both pairs. Very happy with the deal I got. And I got no complaints on my behalf about having gotten 2 pairs of shoes for $60.07. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video today, where I gave y'all a full tour of my $60.07 shoe haul. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my other channels all in the description down below. Go check it all out. Although, as of the recording of this video, my P.O. box is actually no longer open. I did close it. So my website is in the description down below. Instead, go check it out. You can find my book, you can find my merch on my website. Go check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video, y'all. Till the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?